to the people. It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY. Those that don't know who I am, I'm the Honorable Jones, not a Bantu or a Jew, but an El Kebulan kidnapped that's ready for the get back. And welcome back to the ROD podcast. Hey, man, I hope you got, listen, before I even say I hope you guys, I know a lot of you guys I've been hearing lately about this supposed massive weather, this winter weather vortex that's coming to America. They say it's coming from Canada and it's making its way down into like the middle parts of America, like Tennessee, St. Louis, Oklahoma. I believe Detroit is there as well. Yeah, they're calling it the winter vortex, man. And they're saying that hold on a minute, guys. Bro, I'm gonna call you right back. You heard, bro? Yeah, so this winter vortex is supposed to be like record breaking, -50. Not just -50, snow reaching the climates of 20 feet. Like, and they're telling people, they're warning the people that, they're warning the people and they're telling the people that, powers might go out, etc., etc. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna say this, man, but a lot of things just don't add up when I hear these things. You see the spikes going on. You see the supposed flu going on. I received the letter. Shout out to the person that provided the letter. I received a letter from the USDA. These are the people that deliver your mail, and they basically was receiving a letter telling them that they must carry this letter with them while working because they have to let them know that they are essential workers. Now, when I get this type of information, you know what I'm saying, I tend to hold on it, and I know I said I was going to do a broadcast about it, but YouTube is just so scary, and I don't be having the time to be on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. But in the same notion, people, something is just not right. It's just not making sense. And, all I could tell brothers and sisters is you got to start connecting the dots. That's first and foremost. And you got to start making amends and start making corrections within yourself. You feel me? Because I don't know what's going on. Part of me feels like, the universe is doing a get back due to the fact of the foolishness we did in Venezuela. Like, what I'm saying? There's just a lot of things. And I don't want to be here being a conspiracy theorist, right? I don't want to be that. But at the same time, things are just not making sense. It's like, why now? You feel me? Why now? Why now? Plenty of time for it to be cold. Why now? It was just, what, 55, 60 degrees just last week Tuesday. And the week before that, it was like 65. So you get all that to all of a sudden, we're talking numbers like -40, -30. Like, what the heck? That's, Like I just find it hard to believe, as somebody that's been living in America my entire life. I just find that hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the most smartest when it comes to science, but I'm also not the dumbest, bro. There's no way on God's green earth do you have an energy of a weather of 60 something degrees and out of nowhere it just drops down tremendously. And the reasoning behind that is they don't know. Right? Nobody's giving an explanation. Everybody's just saying, oh, this just came out of nowhere. And for somebody like myself, I can't believe that, you know? And not only can I not believe that, it's more like, damn, bro, so why are you doing this and why now? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I'm receiving all this information from, you know, from mail carriers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got family that's working in there and they received this letters. And it's like, how come you guys are receiving this letter? How come nobody else is receiving this letter? What's going on that you're not telling us? You understand? What's going on that you're not telling us? And for the people, hey, listen, you guys get it. You guys put a full tank of gas in your car. Put a full gas tank in your car. If you could buy 2 gas tanks, man, you know, if you could get 2 gallons. Yo, son. Yo, somebody just took the red light, and I'm talking about speeding, doing like 80 miles per hour, bro. Imagine I was going straight, so now that would have been me. That would have been the end of me, bro. Yo, son. Yeah, man. You understand? Like, yo, get yourself 2 gallons of gas, fill it up to the brim. You feel me? Get your food, get your portable heaters, get your generators. And this is speaking mainly for those that's like they're saying this shit is gonna be in Texas, bro. Texas. Yeah. Something ain't right, bro. Texas? How many times Texas has been hit, bro? Texas has been hit with a water flood. Now they're about to get hit with a massive -degree weather conditions. It's like, yo, son, like, a lot of things is just, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of things just ain't making sense, bro. It's really not making sense. And again, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but shit just not adding up, guys. It's really just not adding up. I just can't fathom and just sit here and believe that, yeah, man, you went from 60 degrees to -2,000. Like, process that. You went from 60 degrees to now reaching the lows as -20. There's places that say -30, bro. Places like Kansas, Kentucky, Utah, Mississippi. I mean, not Mississippi, Memphis. I'll be real with y'all, guys. I don't know, bro. I'll be real with y'all, guys. I think they're just doing that to bring in these new smart cities, bro. This is just me. This is just my opinion. I don't wanna go off, but this is just me. I feel like they're doing this to just bring in their new smart cities, bro. I just feel that, bro. Like I said, it's just not making sense. But for you guys, if you out there, please prepare yourself. You know, I don't know, man. This shit just get me so upset. It gets me upset. Gets me upset. The flu is on the rise. You know what I'm saying? I got hit with it. I went to a shelter. I got hit with it. And luckily, you know what I'm saying, I know I got the remedies. That joint was only in me for like a day and a half. But there's people that's with the sniffles. There's people that's coughing. There's people that's sneezing. There's people that's just suffering right now. And you know the reason behind that. But at the same time, it's like all of this is just happening. It's like a whirlwind. Everything is just happening. It's like a domino effect, bro. Bang, 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 bang. And all of these things is happening. And nobody knows what the heck is going on. Like, people is hitting me up on some, Come on, bro. The heck, my guy? You understand? People hitting me up like, yo, did you hear about this winter vortex? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, yo, bro, we're about to hit crazy. I'm like, what you talking about crazy? He's like, yo, bro, go read the news. I go on my phone. I look on my phone in New York. They got the weather at 5 degrees. You know how long I ain't see 5 degrees in New York? And then as I go online, I got my workers that's on social media. They hitting me up like, yo, look, check this out. And I was gonna talk about it last night, but I was just too tired. You know what I'm saying? And not just tired, but you really develop mental fatigue dealing with this nonsense, bro. And now I gotta go to my mom's house. I gotta make sure that everything is up to par. I gotta make sure that, you know what I'm saying, my children know what to do when it's pertaining to this nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, bro, how did we get here? Is this karma? Is this get back? Is this get back? Minnesota is going to be hit hard out of all places, right? Minnesota. What's going on in Minnesota? Denver is going to get hit hard. Like, what's going on in these areas that these things is happening? What's going on? Like, what is about to happen? What is the agenda? And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but shit just don't make sense. You cannot go. There's nowhere in history where you can go from 65 degrees to negative 20 in a week span. That is absurd, bro. Unless you playing with that weather. Unless you playing with that machine. And then it's gonna lead to, but why? Why now? What's going on that you're trying to do this? I see what happened in Jamaica. I see what happened in Hawaii. I'm seeing these things happen. But it's not enough. I'm seeing these things happen. I'm receiving documentations, things that I can't disclose on the internet. I'm seeing this. These things are public, privately given to me. Like, yo, don't talk about this. Don't show this. But just know that we got the memo. You understand? And the reason why I'm even bringing up the mail carriers information is because the people put it on the internet. It was like, oh, okay, so if they talking about it, then maybe I could speak on it. But I'm doing well, man. Just stressed out, just a little frustrated. I see these things, and it's like you sit there and you wonder, like, yo, bro, what is the reason and where we're going? And half of the people ain't prepared, bro. You know how many people don't got generators? You know how many people don't got water supplies? Everybody's spending their money on pure madness, nonsense. Listen, if you get your income tax money, go buy yourself a generator, man. These generators is like, $400. That's a pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here chasing these sneakers. We waiting online, trying to get these new Jordans that, came out like 15 times already. And we still chasing it. Niggas is crying about it, getting emotional. Meanwhile, the entire world is in complete shambles, bro. Like, yo, what's up with us, man? We really got to get it together. We spending unnecessary money. We buying shit that we don't need. We just doing the most. I want to buy me a new car. I'm scared to do that. I wanted to buy me a car. I was like, yo, my birthday coming up. I'm like, yo, I can't do that. Oh, you like me? I haven't received tax money. Well, what is this? 2026? The last time I received any tax money was what? 2018? 2018, 2019? I've been paying taxes ever since. When you start your business, Uncle Sam needs his $50,000. You feel me? But yo, I've been thinking about it, and it's like, nah, I can't even do that. And I spoke to my mom about that. She said, listen, man, you don't want to put a unnecessary bill, which I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I was going to get my joint from the auction. But at the same token, it's like, you know what? There's too many signs out there for me to just be sitting here, wasting money on shit that really don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It really don't mean nothing when it's all said and done, because when this weather nonsense come, whether I have a car or not, you know what I'm saying, I still got to pay that bill. These people don't have there's no sympathy in the financial space of America, bro. So nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna continue with the plan, man. We're gonna go to dinner, you know what I'm saying, smoke cigars, and just fall back, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. And I don't even listen. I'll be lucky if my birthday in February has anything, you know, valuable at that time. And it's always, you guys don't even understand. I want you guys to pay attention to the domino effect. They always do something at this time. Always, bro. Always. And then they're going to implement something in March. I don't know what's up with March, that they love doing this shit, bro. Always. All the time. It's like they never late, guys. Never late. Never late. And that's why I'm questioning everything. And like I said, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist. I don't. I really don't. Believe me, I don't. But shit is just not making sense. You do not, and I repeat, you do not go from 65 degrees to -20 in less than a week. That does not happen. That is absurd. You do not go from beautiful hot weather to a winter vortex. What the heck is that? Never heard that in my life. Like, what is a winter vortex? Somebody explain to me what that is. I don't know what that is. You don't go from that to that in a short period of time. There's not even a buildup, bro. Yeah. You guys better be safe out there. You guys better be safe. I beg you, you guys better be safe. Better spend your money wisely. Stop buying the bullshit. Stop buying all of that. Like, yo, we got to put an end to all that, man. Fathers, you got to train your child to survive. You got to teach him how to have less. We got to go back to that, okay? That's when America was great, when we had less and we was comfortable, we was content, we understood it, we didn't bitch, we didn't moan, we didn't complain. We have to get back to that immediately, today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, but today. You understand? Because this shit is real. My phone died. Hold on, guys. Shit is real out here. Like, we wasting time. Get your loved ones on point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying this just for precautionary reasons. I'm not saying this. I don't know if this is going to be true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I do know that from 60 degrees to -20 does not make sense. And because of that, you have to be on point. You understand? Prepare yourself. Get yourself one of these. They got portable heaters on TikTok right now for like $20. You know what I'm saying? They got solar heaters for like $150. I think you guys should invest into that. Let's buy them joints. You heard? Just buy them joints. The new pair of Jordans that's coming out that you was gonna buy. Look, my daughter's birthday is on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And she's not gonna try to hear, yo, dad, I wanna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, your children don't know what's going on, but we're gonna have a conversation. Like, yo, daddy's gonna get you something or buy you a gift and all that. But all this extra extravagant stuff, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. And there's no disrespect. It's just like, nah, daddy got to put his money wisely, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, my daughter, she understands. Shout out to that. But in the same token, this shit is real out here, guys. Oh, look, these niggas took all the parking, bitch ass niggas. me back up. Hold on, guys. These niggas took all the parking, people. I gotta park right here. I gotta go to this construction site. You understand? And this construction site, really don't be having nothing for me to inspect. But you know, my construction had that. But on a serious tip, guys, like we really gotta start spending our money wisely. We gotta prepare. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the agenda, but we really gotta be on point, man. Now, I wanna navigate and I wanna talk about this Paul Birdsing. For those that don't know who Paul Birdsing is, Paul Birdsing is the Drake lookalike that is supposedly the new face of the Black Panther Party. Now, I'm telling you guys this from now. Do not engage with this man. Do not comment on his post. Do not say that's right. Do not let yourself be in his algorithm because he is a plant. The objective is to cause division, controversy, and pure separation from you and them and give them a reason to label you a domestic terrorist threat. And these things are going to lead to a mass incarceration. It's going to lead to RICO. It's going to lead to imprisonment, detention, detain, question, the whole shebang. You will be treated like a mother effing terrorist if you engage with this man. I spoke to the Black Party, one of the head of the original Black Panther parties, and he said verbatim, we have nothing to do with this man. Never seen this man in life. Never had a conversation with him. The fact, and they want to take legal charges, legal action for using their name. I'm just telling you what they told me. Isaiah 4, so do not fear. Listen, man, there was God, this, whatever not fear, none of this was present, helpful, protecting when slavery was occurring, bro. You know, like I said, I don't even want to indulge in this religious belief with you guys because I don't even want to indulge with this religious stuff with you guys because I already know where you guys' mindset is at. I already know how you guys function. I don't want no problem, bro. If that's what you feel, then you know, shout out to you. But in all reality, no. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Hey, listen. But back to this Black Panther Party. You guys, I beg you, do not engage. Every time I see him, I expose him. I don't even comment on his page. I don't follow. You know, they send me invites on their Facebook. Decline all of that. Do not have any engagement with him. It's him. A black sister that looked like the girl from Selma and Louise. You know that movie where they killed the cop, unalive a cop, and then went running, and then they got turned out. I forgot the name of the movie, but do not engage. Do not engage. The man's name is Paul Birdsing. The name alone lets you know it's operative, bro. Anytime you hear the word bird, just know that's government terms. That's CIA. That's code language. Do not engage. Birdsing. What? Show me a melanated person that name is Birdsing, bro. Do not engage into that, bro. I beg you, stay as far away from this man and that party and that movement. They're making their way. They're in PA. They're about to make their way to New York. They're trying to stir up the pot. They're trying to make people be involved. And for those that's involved, I'm going to let you know right now, once they get you in that file, you're not the only one that's going to be detained. Your family will, your wife, your children, anybody that's in your circumference or where you rest your head, they will be detained. And it's all going to be let me remove you. You're on timeout. Matter of fact, we're not doing these foolish nonsense. It's too early. It's too much going on in this world. Listen, if you got things going on psychologically, if you need help, you can send me an email at jpl@lifecoachonthego.llc.com. Send me a email. I'm going to send you a survey which you must take, a questionnaire, so we know who I'm dealing with, and we'll proceed from there. Do not come over here, try to splur your racial nonsense. We don't want to hear none of that. We don't want to, you know what I'm saying? If you got that in your blood, my nigga, just like, I can't even say what I want to say. Just remove yourself, pimpin'. I gotta go holler at my moderators and have these people and have them on point. Let me reach out, see if my sister is there. Cal, I don't know if you there. I gotta get your number, but I gotta see if my sister's there because she's here. I'm gonna make sure she come on so to remove you guys every time you guys be out here talking fugazi. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we ain't got no time for all this madness, bro. We really don't. You guys be out here tweaking. You know what I'm saying? But like I said to the guys, please do not engage with this man. His name is Paul Birdsing. Paul, the name Paul alone lets you know it's operative. Paul, this is all Freemasonry, you know, magical spells. The names alone, Birdsing, operative. Those are code words. Paul representing Vatican. You know, like Pope John Paul is Vatican. Understand what's going on. And when you see this man, let me see if I got an image of this man. Hold on. When you see this man, I think I got it on this phone. Hold on. Let me see if I got it on this phone. Let me see if I got it on this phone. Oh. Look. This is the man. See this guy right here? This guy right here is the man that you stay far away from. This is a mixed breed. This means this man was created out of the lab, purposely here to infiltrate and literally cause chaos and cause brothers and sisters to be on his side, to make people go crazy, etc., etc. This man has nothing to do with the real Black Panther Party. Huey P. Newton's niece came out and said that this man has nothing to do with the organization. The leader right now, I forgot my brother's name, he has absolutely nothing to do with this man. All through the internet, the original Black Panther Party is telling us that they have nothing to do with this man. This man is an ops. Stay far away from this guy. Okay? Far away from this guy. You understand? Far away from this guy. Do not engage. Do not even waste your time. Even if he got something to say, you turn it off. Do not give this man no momentum. Do not let your VPN be in his servers, because if they see that you are engaged, they see that you're interacting, they see that you're communicating, you will be on their watch list, aka the hit list, and they will come. Don't let this ICE shit fool you. This is just to psychologically prepare you for the new normalcy of society, okay? Where you will be chilling, minding your business, driving your car, and niggas just gonna pull up on you. They don't care about no documentations, no nothing. You're not seeing their face, no nothing. You're just gonna be yapped up, sent to a detention center, where now in the detention centers, they're talking about how people is being essayed out there. And then they put a memo. Let me see if I got the memo. Hold on. Because you gotta be thinking that I be bugging when I say these things. Hold on. Let me see if I got the memo. Is it on this phone too? Is it on this phone too? Damn, what did I do with that? Oh, damn, I forgot to save it. But in the memo, it says that they're not responsible. I repeat, they're not responsible for the essays that happens to the detainees inside these facilities. They got this. This is documented. So not only will you be in an area full of savages, murderers, etc., you will also be in there with the predators. You will be in there. They're creating their own private complex. And when you see who's funding these detention centers, these are the same people that's funding these private prisons, man. So you better be on point and understand what's going on. You see how he's like, yeah, man, you gotta have straps bigger than theirs, because when you do that, you know they're gonna know that you're not supposed to be messed with, etc., 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 etc. And it's like, yo, fam, I tell you this all the time. That don't sound right. Why would a Black Panther Party representative come out in the most unnecessary times? You're coming out for, no disrespect to my Europeans, but you're coming out for a European, a homosexual European at that. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, guys. And if it doesn't make sense, you have to question the whole purpose behind it. And the purpose behind it is to cause controversy. They need to put the melanated people on the radar. All you Hebrew Israelites, all you niggas that's on the corner, causing bashing, doing this, you all are going to be on their radar. They're using the Mexicans are a pawn to the bigger agenda. Their agenda is to detain anybody they feel suspicious of, not just being a migrant, but also anybody they feel is a so-called domestic threat to the land. Remember, I told you that. And when the shit kicks off, when it kicks off, because we already know that Iran got a bounty on this man's head. You guys know this. And if you don't know, you know now. There is a bounty on this man's head. When it kicks off, it's gonna be, yeah. They want martial law. They want civil unrest. They want everybody at odds. While you guys are bitching and moaning, complaining, walking, protesting, going to church on Sunday, praying, they're putting rules and regulations in place. America is turning to Nazi Germany. You know, now I'm in that mode. I'm sorry. I wanted to keep it cool, calm, and collective, but obviously, it seems like I gotta be intense. It seems like I gotta be intense. Okay, they turning this place into Nazi Germany. That this weather shit that you see going on. Ah man, let me be mindful, bro. Let me be mindful. Just know that this weather nonsense that's going on does not make sense. Let's leave it as that. I'll leave it as that. It's not making sense. And let's just say it's intentional. Allegedly it's intentional. Stop playing around, guys. This is the worst time to be in right now in real time. 2025, 2026. Something is brewing. Remember, Agenda 2030, we got 4 years. They want America in a new direction. They got 4 years to do it. And they will do it. They will do it. And we as the people are sitting back way too comfortable while you watching everything being watered down intentionally. Movies is trash. Sports is trash. How many people are coming out talking about these things is rigged? And yet we still engage. We're still invested. All this shit is trash. It's time for us. It's time for us to just leave these shits alone. No disrespect, but it's time for us to leave these shits alone. It's time for us to really start paying attention. We really gotta grab back our community. We really gotta go back into raising our children. We really gotta go back into stop investing our time into these jobs. The reason why you're working so hard is because you're trying to live a lifestyle that was never meant for you to live. You was never meant to be driving around with $100,000 car. That's irrelevant. That's useless. You was never designed to be just doing the most. You were supposed to make enough money to take care of your family and be happy that you and your family is alive. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to it. We got to get back to the basics. We got to get back to the basics of humanity, because these niggas, they're going to put us in a position with all of this debt, with all this credit nonsense. They're going to put us in a position where we're going to submit to whatever they're doing. And the reason why is because we are busy chasing a dream and not knowing your strength, not knowing your purpose. All of this could stop tomorrow if brothers and sisters just stop. But then again, while we stop, these same people control the weather. So ain't no telling what they could do, right? Yeah. Hey, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't ask yourself, where did this man come from? Ask yourself, how come now this is the man that wants to represent one of the most iconic movements in melanated history in America? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, where did this man come from? How can this man right here be the representation of one of the most iconic movements in melanated history in America? This man right here. Where did he come from? I can just look by his image. I can look by his skin tone. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that his dad is a Euro. His mom's could possibly be melanated or could be Hispanic, just by the skin tone. But this is the man that's now the face of the most iconic movement in modern melanated American history of all times. And this is the man that they're using to take down the same movement that was used to protect the people. They created their own version to take down the people. I can't make this shit up. You guys don't know what's going on, huh? Yeah, right here. I'm sure. Put another one up. Put another one up. See them? This sister is second in command. You see them? You see the hand raise? This is how you know. This is how you know this is ops. This is hand selected. Hand selected. You see, they didn't put the fist up. You see, they did this. Remember what the Nazis used to do? Wake up. Right in front of you. Right in front of you. Look at this man right here. Right here. This guy right here. Does he look like he possessed any military training, combat, and anything? This man look like he been playing video games, Call of Duty his entire life. Look at this. Look at this little one right here. They bring him for the children too. That means that, listen, this means that there's gonna be no room. They're yapping every and anybody. This man right here is a regular dad that works 9 to 5. Look at the image that they're putting out there. You know why they put this sister out there? This is for all you independent, melanated women that say, I could do this too. This is why she representing y'all. So even y'all is gonna be targeted. These are the people. This is your modern day melanated people. You got the strong melanated sister. You got the video game playing son. You got the daughter that just, that's just cool, calm, collected, probably a good girl in school, right? Then you got the regular dad that just, you know what I'm saying, that's just what you call them type of workers, this the steel, the white steel workers, you know what I'm saying? This is this right here. And this one right here, he's about all these, he represents all the wannabe gangsters. Him right here. That's right, Drake, right? He represents the wannabe gangsters. He's the one that's gonna make girls want to be engaged. They purposely put this man here. Purposely put this man here. He's the one that's gonna catch the eyes of all your daughters, and they're gonna listen to what he's saying. They're gonna believe it, and then they're gonna send the people for those people, those 4 individuals that I just mentioned. This right here. Playing video games and acting this out in real time is 2 different things, my brother. Some of you guys playing video games and you guys are weed heads, and there's no disrespect to my smokers, but you weed heads. That alone lets you're compromised. You're not even at your full potential. So when shit really hits the fan, you don't even have the inner endurance to endure. Like the game, like when you play Call of Duty, you can run, press the speed burst, the sprint button, and you run it for a long period of time. You guys won't be able to do that. You guys won't be able to run and slide and dive down. You won't be able to do that. So no, again, compromise. Let's stay focused. This is what's gonna end up happening. Stay away from these people. The people, let me tell you something. The people that's standing up against this will never be televised. The people that's really standing up and talking that talk will never be televised. The algorithm is AI generated. It's AI controlled. The algorithm will not allow anybody that speaks against their agenda to ever blossom, flourish, ever get airtime, ever be able to stand in front of the news. Don't you ever ask how come the news is always interviewing this man? How come the cameras is always at the right place at the right time? How come? Nobody asks these questions. When there's real protesting, when there's real marching, when people is really outside, this is what I tell you. Anything that makes it to the TV, to the TV is always government ops. Always. Ask yourself. Ask yourself that. This is the same thing that they did when the C-19 epidemic was starting. Don't you see the camera angles? Every time there's a so-called mass, you know what? Don't you see the camera angles? Why you guys are not paying attention? You know why? Because you guys have been brainwashed. You have been mentally absorbed to the foolishness. It becomes a normalcy to y'all. Just like when you watch an action movie, you know what is about to happen, but you still watch it. You know the outcome. You know who's going to be the superhero. You know who's going to be the supervillain. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. They intentionally do these things. It's to prep your mind. So when it really happens, your mind is going to already be prepped to the foolishness. We are immune to everything. We are immune to violence. We are immune to we are immune to blood. We are immune to seeing people hurt. We are immune to seeing people suffer. You don't have that compassion anymore. You only have compassion. You have been programmed to only have compassion for your loved ones, your homies, your family. You don't have that same compassion for other people. I remember back in the days where if a woman was being violated, niggas used to jump off the bus. I remember back in the days, if somebody got hit by a car, niggas would jump off the bus. Everybody would come out their ways to provide some level of help to this individual. That's no more. You know why? Because you have been immune to seeing people getting hit. You have been immune to seeing women getting violated. You have been immune to that. And everything now is being recorded. Everybody want to record. Look, look, look. Nobody wants to step up. You are immune. That's intentional. That's predictive programming. This is predictive programming. This is what goes on. You have to understand what's going on. This is not me saying this, guys. This is not me trying to cause some level of confusion. I'm trying to give you a clear understanding of what's going on because you guys don't know. And like I said in my last previous lives, I told you that part of the reason why there will never be a revolution, part of the reason why there will never be a revolution is because of how we're eating. We're eating bad. We're eating super bad. We're intaking way too much sugar. Our dopamine is on high right now. And we don't know how to detox. None of us. You, me, the entire world. Everybody is on dopamine. Something gets us all wound up, whether it's music, whether it's smoking weed, whether it's playing video games, whether it's eating ice cream, whether it's cooking food. Look at the obesity. All of these things is the reason why you won't have no rebel. This is why when we see people like this, because they throw these niggas out there, they be like, word, man. Word, bro. He's doing what I've been feeling. But you know, yo, bro, I gotta go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm too tired, bro. I come home, I'm tired. I don't got no energy. I got no patience. I got none of that. So they put these people in front of you to inspire you, for you to support them. Whether you're saying wait till the Cash App comes out. Wait till the Cash App come out. Yo, if you can, you want to support the movement, come follow us on our website. You want to support the movement, send a Cash App, send your Venmo. Let your let the transaction go by. And they see that you're funding supposed domestic terrorists and see how fast they're going to be at your house. Facts. My phone just went off. Just wait. You guys thinking that I'll be wilding. Just wait. Just wait and see. Because this is where we're heading. Where's the other one? This is your modern day household of Black America, melanated America. This is it. This is the woman that's the head of the household. The man is taking the back seat like a bitch ass. The daughter is the daughter is fully, she's good in school. She does what she do, but she's a loner, as you can see. And the son right here, this is the image of your modern day young Black men. Right? We're not talking about the gangsters. We're talking about the average melanated Black men. They wear glasses. They stay to themselves. They play video games all day. This is them. So this is the image that's being said right in front of City Hall Towers, the Tower of Babel, right? You guys want to talk biblical? Let me just show you the demonic symbols behind that. There you go, right here. Look. Look. Pay attention. And if you see the number 6. You see her hand rolls. You see where this is. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. This is where we heading, guys. This is going to be the next target. And all you melanated people that's, yeah, man, you got to get these migrants out. Wait till they come. Wait till they say we got to get our property back. Then what? Then what? Everything is symbolic. Everything is all, you got to see it first before it happens. This is the Black Panther Party. I want you guys to go on YouTube and see the original Black Panther parties. Who was there initiating? You will see that these individuals, probably the shorty will be the only one to be able to survive, but everybody else wouldn't be able to survive it. You want to be able to survive it. This is facts. Look at this man right here, right? This man right here. This is how I'm gonna give you some education, right? What do they tell you when you learn anything about weaponry? They tell you never put your gun. They tell you to never put your gun, the barrel, to your face or any part of your body. Why you think when you see military stand up, they hold it, they put it on their holster and it's always pointing down? This man got it up to his face. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. Right here. I can't. Symbolism. Facts. I cannot make this stuff up. Facts. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Look, these brothers. I can't show you the full picture. Look at these brothers and look who's behind them. Yo. Oh, man. This shit crazy, boy. This is all the show. This is all the show. Look. Let me go back to the green screen, man. Let me go back to the green screen. And you see how they dress? This is how these Hebrew Israelites is dressed as well. Right? This is what I be trying to tell you guys, that these people are not who they say they are. This is what I try to tell you, that all this religion, it goes back to the Jesuit order. Ask yourself a question. Why would these people who disrespect Europeans, call them out their names, wishing death and murder and destruction, are still able to stand on street corners and give you this madness without a single police coming around to question them, to tell them to simmer down because you're causing civil unrest? How come? Look how he's dressed. Look at his outfit. Don't his outfit look just like? Don't his outfit look just like this? Don't the outfit look just like this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I left, let me tell you something. When I found out that Freemasonry was the foundation of this Hebrew Israelite movement, I said, I'm good. Because I knew from that moment on that it was compromise. And then when you start looking into the story of King James and how he was a full participant in the enslavement of our people, they named the cities after him in respect. But like, thank you, King James. Thank you for the funding. Thank you for the weaponry, and thank you for the Bible. Because of that, we're naming your cities on the eastern region of America. There's a plenty of towns named Jamestown. That's in honor of King James. Y'all gonna miss me with this nonsense. Y'all gonna miss me with this nonsense. I spoke to Fred Hampton Jr. This is Fred Hampton Jr. This is the son of Fred Hampton. He himself told me that they had nothing to do with this nonsense. Him himself. This man right here. This man right here. He himself told me we got nothing to do with this nonsense right here. But this is what they got. This is what you guys believe in it. You got those, they got you believing that you from the tribe of Shabazz or you from the tribe of Israel. Two Abrahamic religions that got everybody in a state of confusion, division, and operating with pure hatred for each other, pure division. These people telling you that, oh, the white man this, and mind you, this man is a mixed breed. This man took an oath and joined the New York City Police Department, made it all the way up to detective. I wouldn't say he got fired, but let's just say he denounced his position because he was under investigation for doing illegal raids in the hood. This nigga right here. This is not allegedly. You can go do your homework. Now, this is the same one that's telling you that we are the actual people of Israel. This one right here is telling you that the white man is this and the white man is that, but the white man been funding these people from the very beginning. Go look up who's Elijah Muhammad's teacher. Go look and do your history and do your homework about that. You see that? These are the people that they put within our community to make you focus and still follow the satanic, Abrahamic, barbaric ideology. When these same people will never give you any counsel or understanding of anything melanated, right? And there's no African tradition being taught to you. There's no American indigenous teachings being taught to you, right here. Okay? I want you guys to see that. I want you guys to see that. This is all by design. Now we got a weather storm coming, a weather vortex, guys. Why now? We got flu. We got everybody with some level of flu. Every time I'm on social media, somebody's sending me, "Oh my gosh, I almost died from this flu." So you got a flu, and then you got a weather vortex coming in the midst of controversy, civil unrest. Oh yeah, it's about to get turned up. You said, why does it matter? Because what he's mixed with, because of the teachings. Wake up. It's the teachings. You can't say the white man is the devil, etc., and this, etc., but meanwhile, you got that in your blood. So you hate your mother, you hate your father. That's why. That's why it matters. What the heck you talking about? If you're gonna stand on that position and you're gonna teach what you're teaching, wouldn't you want to be a pure breed? You can't be a mixed breed, and then so that means you hate yourself. So how are we gonna follow and listen to somebody that hates themselves? That don't make sense. That's an oxymoron. It's a mixed breed. That's why I'm saying that. What they're teaching to the masses of people is cause hatred for a bunch of people that's in their DNA. That's like telling a lion, that's like telling a baby lion cub to unalive all the lions. How? How, Sway? That's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying that on some trying to be, evil and racist. I'm just telling you, these are the people that's becoming the face of so-called every melanated movement in this place called America. And you see what it's doing to us at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying, guys. Yes. Whatever his name is. I don't know his name. But there was somebody that was teaching Elijah Muhammad. He came on the scene. The same way when it came to the Crips, the person that created the Crips. These niggas come, they create something, and you get no information about these people. This is what they do. This is what I'm trying to have brothers and sisters to understand, that these people are literally being Johnny Brascos. They're telling you one thing, but there's always another agenda. They're really not for the embetterment of our people. Because if you think about it, Farrakhan himself, that's also a mixed breed. But he'll tell you, oh, these white devils and this and that. Oh, and then you'll get the actual melanated people in alliance and in agreement with this foolishness. And when it hits the fan, right? They come after the melanated people. It'd be the melanated nigga that's gonna be in jail, while that nigga is gonna be on a plane, traveling somewhere, living the rest of his remainder of his life, having a good old time. I can't make this shit up. The answer to the problem is, like I tell everybody, the answer to our problem is we have to detach from their matrix. We have to detach from their force field. There's something that has a control over the people, right? And what's that control is these ideologies, these religions. There's not a single melanated person on the face of America that knows anything about the African spirituality. And anybody that comes with this African spirituality, he be a scammer like Dr. Umar. Oh, Ifa Tunde. Oh, yes, that. And they purposely put these niggas there. So when you see the foolishness, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go to church on Sunday. We're not tapping into our African culture. We don't know who our African culture. We're not tapping into our indigenous culture. Whether you think you from the Arawaks, whether you think you Taino, whether you think you from whatever. But one thing I know for certain is we have to detach from this ideology. Because when you follow the rabbit hole of religion is literally a spiritual controlling force field that makes you only focus on what they tell you. You believe in what they say. You follow, you do everything. These churches, these pastors, these niggas got millions of dollars. And not one of them decided to come together to open up a hospital. Now, one of them decided to put their money together and buy buildings so people, the homeless people can live. Open up a nursing home so the elderlies that go to church every Sunday can have a place to rest their heads and have melanated staff taking care. And this is not a race thing. This is just me saying we need to take back control of what is us. We don't have control of that. I did a whole broadcast about Martin Luther King's dream was a nightmare for us. And this is no disrespect. I am of the notion that in order for me to help everybody else, I must first fix home first. I cannot worry about Chinese people. I cannot worry about Arabs. I cannot worry because if the tables was on the other side, these people will make sure that their people was fixed first before they try to give aid to everybody else. But when it comes to melanated people speaking like this, I am being told I'm being violent, I'm being racist, I'm being a hypocrite, I'm being this, I'm being that. And then it's like, no, my guy, you're not seeing the bigger picture. There is a full-fledged attack on melanated people. Melanated people needs to gain back control of their soul. We have allowed this spirit ideology to overtake us. Everybody want to live in the spirit. What spirit? The term spirit came from the Catholic Council. Spirituality comes from the Catholic Council. We didn't have these things. These things came with the Abrahamic religion. We have a soul. Your soul is connected to the solar universe. Okay? When you pass on, you get put into the soil. Okay? The soul, your sneakers is called the soul that's on your feet. All of this is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's deeper than what people think. All I'm saying is it's time for us to detach from that. Because the minute you detach from these ideologies, you're going to then start holding ourselves accountable. You're going to then start being honest with yourself. Because let's just use Christianity, for example. What does Christianity promote? Christianity promotes self-entitlement. Don't judge me. Don't tell me what to do. Only God knows, etc., etc. You remove that. Guess what? When you do foolishness, you will be held accountable. You will be judged for the shit that you do. Yo, my mans, why did you do that? Oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Exactly. The next time you do that comes with a penalty. You get what I'm saying? So when you break from that, right? You making the first strive in redeeming your soul. After you make that strive in retrieving your soul, you then gonna start going into your El Kebulan or African roots, right? You're gonna trace whatever you need to trace back. Some of us come from the Benin. My family come from the Benin of Africa. I know that, right? So my goal is to do what? Learn the custom, the culture of Benin. Detach. Do not associate your African roots with European cosmology, European ideology. This is no disrespect to Europeans. This is just the damage that was done that came along with the Abrahamic religion. The Abrahamic religion was created by Europeans, okay? The Council of Nicaea was a council filled with Europeans. It was nothing to do with melanated people. There was no melanated people in Europe. There was no melanated people in none of that. Okay? All of that is complete bullshit. Okay? None of that. King James was not black. Let's get, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's put an end to all this ideology and start focusing on what's really important. Okay? I've done my homework. I've spoken to people. I've spoken to people in the land, in America, and in Africa. I've spoken to individuals, and everybody tells me the same thing. But the ones that's invested with this European ideology, they also tell me the same thing. They also tell me that Jesus is coming. They also tell me that the creator, according to the Bible, is going to do this and is going to do that. And it's like, yo, bro, you've been told that it's 2,000 years since Jesus died. Do you guys understand that the calendar, the time started when Rome took control of the world? Like, you guys don't, like, nobody knows the exact time or nothing right now. Everybody been screaming 2,000 years for 4,000 years, We've been screaming that for so long, yet nothing happens. Nothing happens. Because this is what they did. This is what the Council of Nicaea was about. It was to sit you guys down, create a story, because they wanted to rule the world the way Egypt ruled Africa. That's why in your Bible is Amen, Aman Ra. Okay, that's why it's three deities. Isis. That's why in Judaism is Isis, Ra, and El. You put them together, it's a superior nation. That's why they're running everything. Okay, that's why they gave you to Jesus, because Jesus is the representation of Isis, Ra, and El. He told you that. I have come not but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He tells you this. The book lets you know that. I'm working right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm working right now. I'm taking the time out to give you guys an understanding. Working right now. You guys don't know, because again, you see, this is what I'm saying. This is how you know religion is the number one issue that's going on within society, because you guys are going to say etc., 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 but everything that you believe in, you can't prove. All you do is just be argumental, combative, say hateful things. You guys don't even operate in the space of Jesus. Jesus said, if a man refuses and don't believe, just dust your feet off and keep it pushing. You guys don't do that. You guys want to argue. You guys want to prove that I'm saying this. Oh, he's not even, you listening to somebody that's not working. I got 3 businesses, sir. I got 3 businesses, bro. I am a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this for a long period of time. I got contracts going inside. I got to go to this construction site. The reason why I don't got to go inside the construction site, because there's nothing there to inspect. Everything is done. You want me to show you my construction hat? You want me to show you my construction hat? Would you like for me to put on my construction hat for you? I read the Bible front to back. I used to, like I told you guys, some of you guys are new to being on this live. I used to be a Hebrew Israelite. So one of the rules in being a Hebrew Israelite, you got to know the Bible from front to back. I know the Bible from front to back. And I'm telling you that all of it is a lie. That's for you. Bob the Builder is a cartoon character. I'm a human being with children, taking care of them and all that. Yeah, you remove. Let me remove the weirdo. See you later. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm all about being very polite and being respectful. That's not what the conversation is about. Somebody asks, so then what do we do? I'm just simply answering the question, bro. We have to break out of this ideology, bro. It's causing division, bro. It's causing confusion. It got brothers in a state of sit still and relax and let's let everything occur, and in hopes that something's going to come from the sky and save you. Nothing of that nature is ever going to happen. The Bible was written under the guidelines of cosmology, bro. The 12 tribes, 13, the 12 planets, the 12 stars, the sun, the actual sun, Jesus, in reference of the actual sun. Like, you guys don't understand what's going on, bro. Like, it's so deep, and it's deep, it's sad, and you guys are arguing and defending something that you can't prove. You're just standing on a belief, and I get it. You was born into this. Your mother made you believe into this, and I get it. My mom did that too. I was born a Catholic, bro. I went to every avenue trying to figure out why are we in these conditions. I was a Catholic. I looked into Combative teachings. I looked into Islam. You understand? The Nation of Islam reached out to me. My man wanted me to join that. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man is God body. The 7%ers, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. I've been in every avenue, bro. And I'm telling you, everything leads back to the Jesuit order. That's what I'm trying to make you guys understand. The people that's literally taking away your rights, taking away your freedom, making you live like goddamn animals because you are goyim, right? Goyim means animal, cattle. That's why they see you. That's why they bring out they implement new things. Oh, we got these new shots for you guys to take. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's needed for you. Protect yourself and your family. Meanwhile, they're telling you protect yourself and your family, but they got GMO food, they got pesticide food, they got fluoride in your water, they got Kentucky Fried Chicken, they got McDonald's, they got Popeyes, they got all this nonsense, and these niggas is talking about they want the betterment of you, and you gotta really believe this. And the reason why you believe this is because you believe in what Jesus told you. Follow me. Obey your master. Yes. And you run. That's all. That's all. That's all, bro. And like I said, I'm saying all of these things just for you guys to wake up, man. I'm not fighting with you guys. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to hinder people's beliefs because you guys are going to believe what you want to believe. But I just want you to know that your belief is part of the reason why we're suffering right now as a nation. And at this point, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Michael Jackson voice, it really doesn't matter. But what does matter is that I have to fix melanated people, okay? Because you're not finding Europeans spinning the block looking for other Europeans to unalive. You're not seeing that. You're not listening to Europeans making music demoralizing. I am seeing that, okay? You're not seeing that our people is dependent on a system, even though there's much more Europeans on the system, but that's not what's being displayed. You're not seeing that. So if I'm a part of that, wouldn't you want me to fix up my house first? Somebody put in the chat, oh, you guys be acting like animals. Look at this young man, I Show Speed. That's in Algeria right now in Africa. Look at what they did to that man. That man didn't disrespect nobody. That man didn't violate nobody. That man came with pure love. They threw bananas. They threw water. They called him the N-word. They said you ain't nothing but this. They attacked it. They even try to attack this man, bro. So here I am telling you guys, look, man, I gotta clean up house, bro. If you want to support me, whether you are Chinese, Mexican, European, if you want to support me, bro, just give some level of encouragement. Give me some directions. Be like, yo, bro, I think if you did this, it would be wonderful. If you invested into that, that'd be wonderful. Allow me, because one thing for certain, two things for sure. You see, when we rule, we make sure everybody's good. We don't have this dictatorship mentality. We don't have this invasive mentality. We show love for everybody. Even through our trials and tribulations, a melanated person will still show some level of compassion to any race of people, bro, because that's in our DNA. So if you really want to support, then just give some support. Just give some word of encouragement. Just say, yeah, bro, yeah, man, you guys need to do that. That's all we ask for. That's all we ask for. We don't want. I don't want this to be a race war. I don't want it to be the black man versus the white man. I don't want the Purge movie to happen. I don't want it. I want us to be the ones going against the high table. All of us collectively. I don't want that. I really don't want that. I'm not going to come here and say, oh, the white man, the devil, oh, yeah, God is going to come. He's going to purge. I'm not here for that, bro. But why can't I get some support? Why can't I get no love? I'm not saying nothing hateful. I'm not disrespecting you, your mother, your ancestors. I'm not doing nothing. All I'm saying is, bro, I gotta clean up my house, man. My house is dirty. It's filthy. Why can't my house look like y'all houses? Why can I not have a big white picket fence like you got? And I'm speaking this psychology, psychologically. Why can I not have that, what you have? Why? You don't think we deserve it? And yes, we did ignorance. Yeah, we did foolishness. But our ignorance and foolishness does not exceed the 400 plus years of servitude, the 400 plus years of having this great place called America functioning the way that it is. It didn't get here because of you guys. It got here because of us. So I can't get a piece of the pie. I'm like Martin, I'm like Eddie Murphy in the movie Life. How turn this white pie into a black pie? Like, I can't get a pie. I just want a piece of the pie. And it's not like I want a piece of the pie, like I want to live where y'all live. I just want to have a community where my children can jump rope, and everybody can jump rope. Everybody can go out and eat, have a good time when there's no violence. Nobody's getting shot. Nobody's getting robbed. Nobody's getting hurt. Everybody is content. Everybody's in love. We making our own sneakers. We making our own clothes. We making our own video games. We got our own hospitals. We got our own teachers. Why can't we have that? Why? It's you know what I'm saying? Like, I see this again. Look, again, you get what I'm saying? This is the ideology that I'm talking. Where do you see me not blaming ourselves? I'm basically giving you, I want to fix our problem. I want to fix it, including myself. Like when I speak collectively. I don't selectively speak and point fingers. That's weirdo activities. Real man, them don't do that. Thank you, sis, for pulling up. I need you to do me a favor. When you see the foolishness, please just remove them. I was gonna reach out to you on my DMs on IG, but I figure you was probably asleep or you probably at the gym. But yeah, take all this foolishness out, man, because it's just a lot of stupidity. And it's like everybody wants to point the fingers and try to overshadow the big picture. Like I said before, yes, the churches is a major cause of our demise. Major cause, if not the foundation of our demise. All of it. All of it. So if I'm telling you that these things is part of the problem and we need to find solutions to fix the problem, the first thing that we need to remove is the number one problem, which is religion. A religion that we know historically was forced upon us. If you don't know, go read the book by Charles C. Jones, How to Make a Negro Christian. When you read that book, you will see that Christianity was forced upon the people so it could simmer down the rebellion. Now, I'm not here to talk about rebellion. I'm not here to talk about, Nat Turner, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to let you look, even Nat Turner. Look at what Nat Turner did. Look what Nat Turner was reading the very book, and look what happened. So if I'm telling you these things are happening, right, based on an ideology that was forced upon the people, and I'm telling you that we need to fix the issue, you can't say I'm blaming the church. No, the church is the problem. And not even just the church, it's religion in itself. The Abrahamic religion, when you read it thoroughly, it's a genocidal, demonic, barbaric book. You guys have been in church for too long and you just listening to all the good things. God is my shepherd, etc., etc. But that same God that's your shepherd also told Joshua to go inside of a land, plummet it, take it over, essay little children. Oh, if the girls if you want it, you can do whatever. Bring me back the gold. Why would God want gold? The man that created the universe, the man that's eternal, why would he want to go? Oh, unless it was written by man? Unless it was written by man to justify the nonsense. Come on, guys. You guys are not reading, bro. You guys are sitting here being very ignorant and naive, and you want to attack me because I'm just stating the obvious. You said what? No, not some of the things I want you to leave, sis. Don't. Because it's his. That's why he wanted it. Duh. Yeah, cool. So a man that the man that's eternal, that can't touch nothing, that owns everything, is telling other people to unalive to go grab it back. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. I can't yeah. Let me go to the next stop. Hold on. Can't make this stuff up, man. You guys really are very emotional when it comes to religion. That's why I try not to talk about it. But when the person asked me, what should I do? I said, okay, I'm going to tell you what should we do. And now I'm being demonized and we're taking the conversation to a whole nother story, a whole nother topic. I'm leaving that alone. Okay. Just be prepared for these people right here. Just know that their agenda is to come into your space. They're going to invade your space. Okay. It's bad enough that they're already here now. So you don't even know who is who, what is what, and when they're going to press a button to do what they need to do. That's the moral of it all. Yes, people do give a damn about religion because religion justifies them living a wicked lifestyle, my brother. What are you talking about, bro? When somebody do something wrong and you put it on Front Street, what's the first thing that they say? Don't judge me, only God could judge me. Where does that ideology come from? That comes from religion, right? When somebody do something and they be like, oh yeah, I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna pray about it. You're gonna pray about it. Where does that come from? That comes from religion. Religion is the justification of what you see going on in this world. I'm sorry that you guys are not seeing that, but that is the foundation of the eternal sin, according to what you believe in, that's going on in this world. Because people are using religion as a tool to get away with murder, with foolishness, with wickedness. Blame it on religion, man. Yo, God knows my heart. I know it's wrong, but God knows my true intentions. Listen, you know what? I'm making my head hurt. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. The scriptures does tell you to live a good life, but the scriptures also tell you to take a life. The scriptures also tell you that I'm going to violate melanated people. The scriptures also tell you that I'm going to enslave you. The scriptures also tell you that you shall be put in chains and shackles. The scriptures does tell you that. The scriptures doesn't tell you that you're going to burn for eternity. So you're going to have your good and your bad. Just like you're going to have your good cops and your bad cops. Just like you're going to have your good Europeans and the bad Europeans. Just like you're going to have the good melanated and the bad melanated. It's just what it is. I get that. But the foundation of it all, when I'm speaking for melanated people, I'm not speaking for Europeans. I'm not, because I'm not a European. I don't know how y'all feel. I don't know how y'all think. I don't know what y'all eat other than hamburgers and hot dogs. You understand? But when it comes to melanated people, this ideology has destroyed the mindset of who we are. We have become GMEs. GME is a genetically modified European. That's the mindset we have accepted that came along with the ideology of religion, bro. That's all I'm saying. What the heck is this? You know what I'm saying? And he was and away. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, guys. I respect, listen, at the end of the day, I respect what you guys believe in. I respect what you guys want in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna act like the scriptures they had, like the scriptures didn't change me. Because before me claiming to be a Hebrew Israelite, I was a drug dealer. You understand? I was a whoremongerer. You know what I'm saying? I had females, I had a phone particularly for ladies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was that dude. I was him in my neighborhood. I was him. I've been wearing jewelry since I was 16 years old, bro. 16. Always in the latest gear. I was wearing Vincent Pradas before all you niggas was knowing what this was. I was already there. Jim Jones got his fashion from my people. Okay? I'm not lying. Jim Jones got fly when he made money. But Harlem used to get their swagger from us, bro. Rich Porter, and all of these niggas, they used to come to the hood and see us get fly, and then they took it up top, bro. Not gonna lie to y'all. I grew up. This is what I grew up on. Look how Fab. You see Fab? How you think Fab got like that? Fab got like that because he comes from that cloth. But this is how we used to dress, bro. We've been doing this. So I changed my life around when I started reading the Bible and I started, keeping the commandments. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it changed me, right? It gave me a different perspective of life, right? And after I became a dad, when I seen my son being born, right? I had a different respect for women. I no longer wanted to disrespect women. I no longer wanted, like, my name is Pimp Game June, bro. Like, Pimp Game. you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's my name. You know what I'm saying? I left that life alone and changed my life. When my son was born, you know what I'm saying? As I got older, I had found respect for my mom's. I respected her sacrifices. I understood it. I didn't understand it then. You understand? I understood it, and I changed my life around. I'm moving a different frequency, bro. So I'm not gonna act like the Bible didn't shape who I am today, made me a better individual, made me very patient, made me very understanding, made me very compassionate. I'm not gonna act like that didn't do that. I'm not going to. What I'm telling you, the conditions that we are in right now in 2026, it's a stagnant condition, a condition where we don't want to do nothing. And at this point, it doesn't matter if you melanated. It doesn't matter if you melanated. It doesn't matter if you're European. It doesn't matter, because what you guys are in, the state that you are in a state of begging. You are in a state of dependency. You want change, but you can't fathom to step up and do the necessary things. You guys are not going into the White House and writing things. The people that ran into the White House, this was psyops. This was not real people. Because if it was real time, they would have had a whole press conference and a meeting where they were really going to be speaking to the people. You're not doing that. And because of that, one of the reasons is religion. The second reason is the dopamine. Like I said, your diet plays a role on who you are as a human being. If you're intaking too much sugar, you're going to be a fisherman. You're going to be very emotional. A lot of you guys come on here being very emotional because your sugar intake is too high. You probably had too much coffee with a big cup of sugar. Your sugar intake is too high. That's why you don't understand what I'm saying. That's why you in a state of combatness. I'm not even disrespecting nobody. That's intentional. Jesus is never coming back. Dopamine. Yes, we have to stick together in righteousness. But righteousness not according to what they told us righteousness is. We have our own set of laws, rules, regulations. We have our own person. We have our own personality, our own principles, our own morals, our own G code. That G code, yes. Do we need to upgrade it? Yes, because look what our G code allow these people to invade our space and violate and do what they do to us. Yes. Hold on. And my man's called me, and I told him I was gonna call him back. But you guys be out here bugging, man. You feel me? Yeah, let me head there. Let me head there. You feel me? You guys be bugging, and we got to get out of bugging, bro. You got to do better. You got to move accordingly. That's all I'm saying, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you guys. I love you guys deeply to just tell you the truth, tell you the facts. I'm not young Pharaoh. I'm none of these niggas, man. All of these shit. My main focus is detaching from all of this, resetting our mindset, reestablishing who we are as people, understanding our history, not having to depend on them for their resources. Hold on. I'm this, so let me go read their books. No, we're not doing none of that, bro. You're not doing none of that. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I got to grab something. Give me 2 seconds. You guys can look outside for a minute. Give me 2 seconds. No, this shit is broken. Give me 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started off talking about the winter vortex and all of the nonsense that's going on. And, you know, it led to this because I want you guys to understand, like, shit is really hitting the fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to our core. We got to get back to our core roots, our principles. You know what I'm saying? Our indigenous ways, not the ways that was told upon us how to act. Because it failed us. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to act like this. Yeah, we've been doing it. And look at the outcome. Look at the outcome. Look at our community. Look at our children. Look at our women. Look at everything that's around us. You telling me that this is our behavior? No, it's not. I'm not gonna support anything that's not conducive to us long term. I'm not talking about a temporary feel. I'm not talking about self-awareness. Like, it's bigger than that. Like, yo, bro, we gotta fix our community, our children. Look what we leaving behind for these melanated children. These children don't have nothing. Not only do they not have nothing, they got this whole AI that they got to go up against in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like, yo, son, like, yo, but you got to make it make sense. Like, we got to pick and choose where we stand it. And at this point in time, right now, 2026, we have to fall back from this, you know, this Abrahamic religion. And there's no disrespect. All I'm saying is we need to find out what's ours. And if you say, nah, bro, this is ours, but yet your resources is coming from them, then it's not ours. I should be able to go to a group of people, speak to the group of people where everybody's in one accord. Because if you go according to the scriptures, check this out, right? Let's go according to the scriptures, right? After the flood, right, Noah had 3 children, right? These 3 children were spared because of God, right? I'm gonna educate y'all so you guys can get an understanding of where I'm coming from, right? It was an education and understanding of God, right? And we decided to follow the ways of we were saved, and then God gave us rules and regulations. Noah and everybody gave us the rules and regulations. Because we were following the rules and regulations, the reason why we were saved, right? Now, the goal was to be fruitful and multiply, reestablish the earth, right? Cool. So if we reestablish in the earth, then this supreme being shall always be in our forefront. But it's not. Because there's groups of people that have no understanding of who Yahweh is. Yahushua, Yahoo. There's no group of people that's speaking Hebrew. Hebrew, and that's God's holy tongue. That language should be merged with everything. It's not. The Zulu people that speaks with a click does not have any understanding, any connection to the Hebrew language. Now, for me being a melanated person, right? Are you telling me that I should not pay attention to the stuff that my people created, and I should focus on the stuff that was created by Europeans? Or foretold to me by Europeans? That's an oxymoron. I can't do that, pimpin'. I can't do that. You can't do that neither. You can't do that neither. Okay? So if I can't do that and you can't do that, then how we now gonna believe that this story is real when you can't trace this back to nothing melanated? Every information. Look at the language that the brother just put up. Look at the language that the brother put up. Your family should be able to trace this understanding. How come it took a bunch of brothers on the street corner and on YouTube for you to get this understanding? This ideology should be in your blood, in your DNA. It's not, because it's not who you are. This is a taught religion. Abraham religion is a taught religion. The Abrahamic religion was taken from the Syrian text, the Sumerian text, excuse me. Come on, man, do your homework. This is taught religion. This is not of who we are as people. It's not. This is the ideology that was forced upon us, right? So I say all that to say that we need to find a different alternative, because the same way the brothers putting up all of these Yahweh Baham Shem Bahakapan and you keeping the commandments, I promise you, you're still the tail in all of humanity. And don't tell me that Yeshua is going to bring back the kingdom, because that's not what was said in Deuteronomy. That's not what was said in Deuteronomy. And God said, anything that I say shall not come back void. That's what was said. So if he said that these things will not come back void, then if you keep the commandments, you shall be the head and no longer the tail. Why are you still the tail? Exactly. Because it's man created. Deuteronomy was created by Europeans. No disrespect. King James was a European. He got the best Europeans. Now, the writers of this story was not people of color. It was Europeans, bro. Sit. Leave it alone. You can't speak Hebrew. You're not going to understand it. That's not for you. Leave it to those that have the power, bro. That's for them. That's a Jesuit created religion. They come from the Jesuit order. It has nothing tied to nothing melanated. There's nothing black about it. There's nothing there's nothing. All of it goes back to them. It goes back to their teachings. It goes back to their counsel. It goes back to their philosophy. It has nothing to do with you. You're upholding and you're believing something because you was told this and it feels good. I get it. You a melanated brother or sister and you was violated and you want to feel more than just what they made you to be, which is a slave. But guess what? Every time you uphold this ideology, you're just continuously following the slave behavior. And we cannot afford that anymore. That's all I'm saying. These people are behind us. They're trying to destroy us, bro. Ain't gonna be no Jesus to save you when shit hit the fan, bro. Ain't no second coming. The second coming of Jesus happened already, bro. From the story of Jesus speaking to the disciples to now, it has already occurred. He said, I shall return and I shall be walking on gold. That's what he did when that ideology landed in Africa, my brother. I used to be a Hebrew Israelite too. I used to be. I used to think that I was an Israelite, bro. It's not who we are. Can't trace this back to nowhere. There's no story of an exile of melanated people leaving this Middle East to come to America, to come to Africa, to go through Europe. There's no record of that. No record. No records. You're fleeing Roman persecution. You're fleeing Roman persecution, but you're going through Rome. You're going through Europe, where Rome was ruling, to flee their persecution. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. You got to do better, people. I love you, and I'm not going to over here fight with y'all about a philosophy. If you want to believe that, you believe it. And I'm telling you, you ain't going to see. There's going to be no second coming. I promise you. And if you, I give you a space to prove everything that you believe. I give you a space to prove it. Prove it. I promise you won't be able to prove it. I promise you won't be able to prove it. Because your teachers is William S. Crowley. Do you know who William S. Crowley is? Of course you don't know who William S. Crowley is. Of course. Because if you knew who William S. Crowley is, who's the founding father of this Hebrew Israelite movement, you would be moving a lot different. But you don't know. Look him up. William S. Crowley, guys. Look him up. Look up Frank Cherry. Look up their backgrounds. These are the originators of this Hebrew Israelite movement. Look him up. And now you're going to see why y'all behaviors is the way that it is. You're going to see why your resources got to come from them. And when I mean them, those that you're claiming to be, the invaders, the thieves, the devil. Yeah, they gave you that ideology. Do your homework. Don't listen to Jones. Jones don't know what he's talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Jones be bugging, you heard? I'm just speaking on my ass, you feel me? I'm just bugging. I don't know what I'm talking about. But everything that I say, I could prove it. You guys can't prove it. That's why I left it alone. Because I realized, and I don't want to say I realized, I did my studies and I found out that all of it was a lie. I found out that all of it was literally given unto us to control us. I found out that the creator of it was a grand wizard of Freemasonry. Yes, a grand wizard. A grand wizard. Look up William S. Crowley. If you guys thinking that I'm bugging and I'm lying, I don't know what I'm talking about, look up William S. Crowley. It's a grand wizard. That means he was the top of the food chain. Frank Cherry was the first, he was the first melanated person to be initiated in the Scottish Rite. The Scottish Rite, that's the white version of the Freemasonry. William S. Crowley was for the hood. He was the one he made it to the top of the line on the food chain for the hood. Like the Boulay, he was one of those. Look it up. Not here to lie to you guys. It all goes back to control. All goes back to the Jesuit order, my God. It does not go back to anything but the Jesuit order. So if it's going back to the Jesuit order and we are arguing and we fighting and we see what the so-called Jesuits is doing, then why are we still engaged into their devices? Why are we still engaged in following their stories? Why are we still looking for them for resources to find out who we are as people? Why? If we know about these people, that's all I'm saying. We know about these people. We should not be investing our time into the ideologies of people that we know is corrupted, people that we know is evil, people that we know is doing wrong, that's doing wrong to all of humanity. It doesn't matter the skin tone. They created this ideology, made you follow this philosophy. So when the time hits the fan, they can label you as a domestic, you know what? So when you are a DT, pause, you feel me? When you seen as a DT, then what? Then what? You think they just coming for you? They taking everybody out your household, bro. Everybody, anybody that's associated with you is going to be taken away. So what are we doing? So are we going to prepare ourselves collectively, unify, right? Isn't America says the United States? When are we going to unite? When are we going to unite and state how we feel? You like that. I know you like that. When are we going to unite and state how we feel? When? When we on our last leg? When we own absolutely nothing? When our children got to be cyborgs? When? Because that's where we heading. You guys really believe, you guys are sitting here believing that a second coming of somebody's, there ain't no second coming, bro. That shit happened. That second coming is here. Why are you arguing? Why is everybody so defendant of a second coming? You know, when Jesus was here the first time, there was nobody standing and believing and arguing, saying, bah, ha, 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 ha. Nobody was saying that. But they saying it now. Oh, the second coming has arrived. The kingdom of Jesus is here. That's why I can go to any jewelry store in America, no matter where I'm at, and I can get me a Jesus piece. That's why I can go to any bookstore, no matter where I'm at, and I can get me a Bible. I can go anywhere in the face of this earth right now in real time, 2026, and get anything that I want. When it's pertaining to the story of Jesus, when it's coming to the story of Enoch, when it's coming to the story of what's this man's name? David, Daniel, etc., etc. I can get all of that. But when it comes to the story of your African spirituality or your heritage or anything that's connected with melanated people, you can't get that. You can't get that. They're not publishing that. Come on, man. Stop, bro. I've been there and I've done that. I've done my research. I spoke to people. I don't just do the research. I speak to people. I ask questions. I say, yo, was this really what we was doing? Oh, no. Everybody says it was brutally forced upon us. Oh, it was brutally forced. Oh, you know what brutally means, right? You know what that means, right? Look, Trump, exactly. No, I don't believe that's not true, bro. Danny Shaw, that's a lie. Christianity never came into Africa, bro. Whoever told you that is a lie. You want me to? Would you like me to tell you how did the Ethiopian Bible come into Africa? No problem. No problem. I'll tell you. So there was a Byzantine king. Yes, you heard me. Byzantine king. Look at what Bosnia is, and look who ran it. It was a Byzantine king, right? Who was a king for 7 years. This is the story. Who was a king for 7 years. He denounced his position to become a Christian monk with his cousin out in Ethiopia. Okay? Come on, Drew. Come on, Drew. Don't give him all this barbecue chicken. They're not ready for all that. He was a Byzantine king, right? Who Ethiopia. He himself, just like William S. Crowley, had a vision. And in that vision, he wanted to create a book. He created a book in 14 days. In those 14 days, God made the sun stop working. Now, if somebody that's melanated, why would the sun not be working for 14 days? This is the story. This is the story. So in 14 days, the sun was not hot. It allowed him to write for 14 days straight. 2 Sabbaths. He came up with the Ethiopian Bible. And the Ethiopian Bible was established and it was given unto you guys. That's why you see the guy, if you ever see the commercial of if you guys see the commercial of not the commercial, but if you ever see the post, the Instagram post, or they probably got it on Facebook, where you see the first Ethiopian Bible and you see the person that's holding it. You see the way that he's dressed. He looked like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. That's the Ethiopian monk. That's the Christian monks. That's them. That's how they dress. Caesar Borgia was created in the Council of Nicaea. At the same time, the story of Jesus was created in the Council of Nicaea too, bro. Again, everything took place. That council meeting was not just to establish Christianity upon the world. They did everything. Have an image, have a story, took all the writings, and majority of the writings that was taken from the New Testament was taken from Egyptian texts. Like I said, when these niggas invaded when these niggas invaded when they invaded Egypt and they invaded the pyramids and they seen all those stuff in the pyramid, it was like, yo, oh nah. Constantine said, I want this to be us. I want this Roman. That's why he was the superior general, because he was one of those that invaded and got all this. He got all the writers and got everybody to tell him exactly like, oh yeah, I want this to be us. I want our rulership on this world to mimic this foundation. This is why there's a pyramid behind your dollar bill. This is why in God we trust. God is God, which is dogma. Dogma is God. That's where you get that from. Okay? God is not Yahweh, or it's dog in reverse. That's why it's in capital. That's why they love their dogs. When you see the Egyptian writings, they used to have animals, right? They used to have animals. The Egyptians had cats. These niggas wanted dogs. Come on, man. Like I said, man, you don't know. A lot of you guys don't understand what you're following and believing in. You guys are just, you're following the program. And I get it. I understand it. I was a part of the program too. But at some time, when you have $1,000 technology, when you have $1,000 devices in your hands, you're required as a human being to go look beyond the norm. When you see the condition of people, right? When you see how people is operating in these churches, you're like, damn, why is people in this condition? You have an obligation to go figure it out. You don't need to just wait for people to tell you. You go figure it out. You go read. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I would never discredit what these brothers that was in these Hebrew Israelite organizations done for me, because it took me from in a state of being an ignorant nigga to being an entrepreneur Negro. You know, it took me from being an ignorant nigga into an entrepreneur Negro, where it's like, yo, I want to know information. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be wise. And when I was in college, there was a professor, his name was Dr. Rosado. I will never forget this man's name. When I tell you, this man was so intelligent. He was giving me things, and this is before I even thought I was a Hebrew. He was just giving me knowledge. And I used to ask him, I say, yo, my man, I was like, yo, professor, how are you this intelligent? Like, what are you doing? You know what he told me? He said, yo, I read. He said, I read newspapers, I read anything. He was like, I don't even have an updated phone. His phone was a flip phone. He was like, I don't want that. He was like, because I know what they're doing. I said, what you mean? He was like, I know that they're dumbing down the mind, and you always want to be on point. He always said, you want to be in front of the nonsense, so you will never receive the backlash. And when he said that to me, I've always been engaged. Now, don't get it twisted. Ever since I became a content creator, ever since I've been a messenger on this digital atmosphere, I fell back from reading tremendously. I'm not gonna lie. And it comes with the territory. But at the same time, you have to understand that reading is very important. And that's another thing we gotta go back to. We gotta go back to reading. and not reading the Abrahamic writings and teachings. I don't need to know about Enoch. I don't need to know about Josephus. I don't need to know about the book of Jubilees. I read all those books. Everything that you can imagine, I read those books. I read it front to back. No, it's a lie. If you put the furnace, if you put the brass, if you put brass burning in a fire, it becomes a white pale color. Again, these things was told to you to control you, bro. The book of Revelation was removed out of the Bible 15, 20 times. The reason why they put it back in there so you guys can sit still and wait for something to come. Look how melanated people are talking about fine brass, I can burn in the furnace. Okay. You know, if you put a European and you if you put a European in the furnace, you know, he's gonna turn black too. That's not enough. That's not enough information to prove that this philosophy is real. How about you tell me where did Jesus go to school at? What neighborhood did he grow up in? Somebody that's that phenomenal, a world phenomenon, they will be able to tell you, man, Jesus went to school right here, man. This used to be used to be his block he used to chill on right here. Where did he reappear when he came back the second time? Where was it? Where was he at? You get what I'm saying? You can't prove it. Why Solomon had 500 wives? Can somebody show me? Can you show me 10 of these wives? 500 wives and these children. That means they carry the royal blood. How come nobody can trace that? Don't give me Selassie. Selassie comes from that family of the Byzantine. Yes, you see his skin tone? Yes, Selassie is a compromised individual. Everybody that's compromised, they're always going to put it in front of you to make it seem like this is who you need to follow. Come on, man, stop. Did Constantine, did Selassie do good things to the people? Absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. He done more to the people than I have. You know what I'm saying? You know? Opened the doors for a lot of, Jamaican man them. But come on, man. He was one of them. He's one of them. He's come from those Byzantine mixed breed. You know what I'm saying? They there for so long. They end up having wives over there, producing children. But you see the texture of their hair. We are people of woolly hair. Exactly. It's made up in a world of confusion, and that's intentional. That's all I want you guys to understand. That it's intentional for you guys to be in the state. It's a reason why you guys are very argumentative when it comes to religion. You was been programmed. They've been, like they tell you, that when you read the book of Charles C. Jones, he tells you the goal was to train up a child from young so when they get old, they won't depart. That was an insertion by the Jesuit order. Teach these niggas from young so when they get older, they won't depart. This is why you guys are very combative. This is why you're combative, even though you can't prove anything that you're defending. You can't prove it. You can't prove that Moses. You can't prove that Moses and the tribe of Israel was walking 40 years. You got Europeans that saying, yeah, they was enslaved, but genetically, it is impossible for Europeans to be in servitude in the sun to work. Okay, so that kills that narrative. So now let's talk about the melanated people. The melanated people say, yeah, because it was us. Okay, cool, granted that. So show me, you must show me the burials of all your people for 40 years. Where was they buried? Where's the bones? Where's all of this? There's nothing to be found. Nothing. No region, no area. Nothing to be found. Can't prove it. It can't be proven. So if you can't prove that, then, but yeah, you upholding it is because you have been given a taught doctrine that you must uphold for the rest of your life. The reason why you guys gravitated to the Hebrew Israelite story is because you come from a Christian background and it made sense. It made sense. It made you feel good. It made you feel different than what your mother and your father was believing in. Like, yeah, Mom, I love you, but I ain't want to believe that. I ain't want to follow that. I wanted to follow this because it makes more sense for us. It explains why we are in servitude, Mom, because we wasn't keeping the commandments. Okay, cool. So now you guys are keeping the commandments. You following the ways of the Lord, but yet none of you guys are being what you call the head. You guys are not the head, because according to the scriptures, this is not me. It says, if you keep my commandments and you should do this in this day, you should be the head and not the tail. That is the very beginning of Deuteronomy chapter 28. But if you disobey and you don't keep my commandments, then these are the curses that shall be placed upon you. But you guys have come back to keeping the law. You guys have come back to being obedient to the Most High God, Yahweh Shai, Yahukuku, and the Wukuhu. But here you are, still suffering. Here you are, still leaving this earth in pain. You're not leaving this earth in comfort. You're not leaving this earth in love. Your God is not protecting you. Your God is not putting you in a position of power. You guys are not coming together. You guys are divided. Y'all reading the same book and got 15 different ideologies from it. That can't be of God. Sorry. His children should know his voice. His children should be doing his works. You should not be, oh no, that's not what the scripture means, my brother, because that was created by the Jesuit order, people. I have the man. They unalived him. They poisoned that man. Forgot his name. He was straight from Spain. Spoke like 7 different languages. They probably took down his videos on YouTube. I forgot his name. I have his book. That man broke down everything. He told you everything that you need to know when it's pertaining to who we are, what they want, what their agenda was, how they control, what they control, who they elect, who they put in power. Come on, man. Everything goes back to their ideology, people. We got to wake up and smell the Kool-Aid, people. We gotta wake up and smell the Kool-Aid, people. All of this goes back to the Jesuit order. Jesus died at the age of 33. Freemasonry, wake up. Yahushua, Yahweh Shai, whatever you want to call him, died at the age of 33. And in 3 days, you know the Jesuit loved the number 3 and the number 6. Hey, God oglimas. When I speak these things, y'all say that I'm crazy. Jesus died at the age of 33. On the 3rd day, he risen, came back, and all 12 gathered together, including him, made 13. I can't make this stuff up. Jesus, whether you want to call him black, white, Mexican, Chinese, they got a Jesus for every person that believes. I was in Chinatown the other day and I seen a Chinese man with Chinese eyes. I seen a Jesus with Chinese eyes. I said, yo, these niggas is really not playing. You can go to Iraq right now. You'll find a Jesus with that look just like one of them. I think I could fit this. Yeah, I could fit that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not here to make you believe me. I just want you to do your homework. I just want you to connect the dots. I just want you, because some of you guys be afraid to question the contradiction. Some of you guys be afraid to question the shit that don't make sense. Like, hold on, wait, this not adding up, sir. Can you explain this? And when you ask these teachers, these people that supposedly got the title of an elder, and they can't answer the question, it makes complete sense. Like, oh yeah, you can't answer it because you don't know nothing, because you are just following the Jesuit order. The Jesuit order will never give you the information. That's why you got to go through their libraries. The Oxford Library is owned by the Jesuits. Okay? The Cambridge Bible is owned by the Jesuits. They own that. They own the publishing. They tell you what is what. Don't let that man who came up, oh, the 13 tribes, he was a psyops. They put these people in front of national TV to stir up controversy, to lead up to what we see now. Come on. You join something real. That's what you join, pimpin'. That's what you join. You join something real. You seen something that's like, wait, hold on. Hold on. The universe made me having to listen to this. Who is this nigga right here? This nigga telling you the facts. We don't say truth over here because there's no truth on this earth. Everything is a lie. Everything is a stage. Everything is well articulated, put together, well planned, and displayed for you guys. You know, the bottom feeders. You know, the niggas that sit on top of the food chain, they set these things up to feed you the fugazi. It's all intentional. It was never meant for you to learn anything. It was never meant for you to stand on nothing. It was always meant for you to follow their rules and regulations. That's why melanated people, I'll be so disgusted with you guys because you guys will believe a ideology. They'll tell you stuff like, oh, voodoo is evil. But yeah, Christianity is drinking blood. They'll tell you voodoo sacrifices is evil, but God wanted a sacrifice upon the altar. So which one is it? Oh, I get it. They only want you to follow the things that they have control over. You see, voodoo is a melanated spiritual thing. You can never find a European that can do voodoo, ever, in life, never. They do spells, right? They'll put things and make you drink it and make you go crazy. A person that don't understand voodoo can make somebody quack like a duck right now with just a snap of a finger. There's things that these people do. There's things that these people do. There's a ritual that a voodoo priest can do that can do the same thing that God was able to do and unalive the firstborns. There's a ritual that can be done by the voodoos right now that can do the same thing. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you. This is something that's embedded in your roots. If you're a melanated person, you all got that special power. If you come from Benin, if you come from Cameroon, if you come from the west of Africa, you have that special power. I know when something bad is about to happen, when somebody that I love is about to leave this earth, my left eye twitches because my left eye is connected to my heart. Somebody that I know, whether I know in passing or I just know, you know, that's just a friend. When shit like this happens, my right eye twitches. I get that from my mother. My grandmother was a voodoo. My grandmother was a voodoo priestess. My grandmother healed the entire community. When my grandmother passed away, that's when you started seeing my neighborhood. Everybody's getting sick. Everybody's getting this. Everybody's getting that. Because these things are in your DNA. Everything has to go in line with how you eat, what you eat. This is why they contaminated the fruits. One of the number one things that they had to do was contaminated the fruit. That's why all your fruits got pesticide. You're not eating natural organic fruits from the universe. You're eating genetically modified fruits and vegetables. That's intentional. That's why the herbs cost so much. It's intentional. They know what they're doing. Come on, man. I've been saying this for how many years, bro? I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's you guys that's in a state of denial. I'm not in a state of denial. I'm in a state of redemption. That's why ROD stands for. Before it used to be repent or die. It has been converted to redeem or destroy. We in this path of redemption. Okay? That's where we're at. That's where I'm at. That's where you're at as a whole. This is where we need to be collectively. Collectively. To the melanated, then to the European. You feel me? I love my Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Europeans. I'm not here to promote hate. I love all of you guys. I love those that love me. If you don't got hatred towards me, I don't got no hatred towards you. If you don't got no racist things towards me, I don't got nothing racist. Even though melanated people aren't racist, but I don't have that towards you. I don't walk around hating Europeans. I don't teach that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You feel me? I got family members that's married to Europeans. Like for real, like in real time. So how can I be on this type of frequency so then I hate my family? That falls in line with some level of hatred, right? So yeah, we're not teaching that. I'm not telling you guys that. You guys are going to do whatever you want to do. I'm just here to state the obvious. You feel me? Oh, Kyle, what's up, my guy? Yo, bro, if you got IG, please send me a DM and let me know it's you. I need to make sure that when I come on, you on. You and Black Girl Magic, you guys need to be on every time I come on live. Because you don't even know how much people I had to delete and the nonsense I had to deal with prior to your guys' arrival. Okay, so I don't know how to say it. Lamorati 3328. Jesus is from Nazareth. Okay, not black, not white. Also, I don't give a damn. Okay, I'm not arguing that. You believe what you want to believe, but you must prove to me that Jesus exists. You must prove to me where Jesus went to school. You must prove to me who was Jesus' right hand man. What was his homie's name? You know what I'm saying? What was Jesus' favorite food? What did he like to eat? You can't tell me he was just eating bread. He was just eating bread and fish. That's not even a good mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you got to provide me with this information. Nobody can provide this information. We're talking about a historical figure that the only story that you get about this man is in religious writings. There's no logical writings or anything of this notion of this man ever existing. So we don't know that. Then why are we still invested? Why are we still engaged? You are engaged because you was taught from young to follow this philosophy that keeps you in a state of confusion. But I gotta go run inside. I gotta go see these people. I've been chopping it up with y'all for like an hour. Was it 2 hours now? Yeah, definitely. Look, I love you. I appreciate y'all. Continue supporting, like, comment, share, subscribe, join the movement, follow me on IG, follow me on TikTok, follow me on all these platforms, but mainly on YouTube. And if you really want me to give you in-depth conversation, sign up for the Life Coach on the Go. You know what I'm saying? I give consultations, I give counseling, I give therapeutic information, knowledge, and wisdom. I give you the steps and the tools to gain back your soul. You want your soul. You want to be in a position of power. There's a lot of things that I'm putting in the works. I got a brother that I want to come on that's gonna help us get financial wealth. Some of you guys need the money. Some of you guys need the direction. Some of you guys need the support. I'm here to give you that support. But the only thing I ask for you guys is to continue following, continue supporting, continue allowing me to go against this algorithm, because the things that I'm talking about is not what the AI generated algorithm wants to display. It wants to only promote negative, confusion, division, and hatred towards each other. So I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give you the facts, because the facts is the only thing that we need to set us free, guys. You feel me? So again, subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, support the channel, support me by doing something good for the community, right? If you on break, you see a homeless person, buy that person something to eat. You on break, you at school, you got an extra dollar, give somebody some coffee, give them something to drink. You got spare clothes, give them something. Let's start changing the algorithm of our minds. Let's start giving back. Let's start fixing things. We're not waiting for the government to do nothing for us, because they're not doing nothing for us. Okay? They're taxing us and they're putting us into submission. Okay? Be ready to open your doors for those that's not going to have a place to sleep. Okay, the homeless people are not gonna have a place to sleep when this cold weather hits in. They're not gonna have a place to sleep. Be prepared to open your doors, open your doors, open your hearts, put your beliefs, your ideologies aside. Now, I'm telling you this right now, keep your gun close by, keep the strap on the hip. You understand? Because you don't know. It was crazy. But we're not here to judge. We're here to show love. We're here to correct and navigate us to a better. You understand what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. I love you guys. Keep it G'd up from the feet up. Ain't no need to roll the weed up because we already high off life. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holler. One.